All right, let's talk about Lamar Jackson versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's becoming a trend here as it seems like the Steelers, listen, I could sit here and say the Steelers give Lamar Jackson trouble. Really, they give every opposing quarterback trouble, but definitely it does seem to be the case with Lamar Jackson as well. So what happened? What went wrong in this game? Well, let's get into it. And we can start off with the play you see on your screen, as I think this could be a good example of showing what the Ravens, for one of the things, the Ravens weren't able to capitalize on in this game. So it's going to be a man coverage concept that the Steelers are going to be in right here. And you know what? Sometimes there's opportunities to win down the field in these situations. And that's what the Ravens are going to look towards, right? Like, watch, when this play begins, that's what they're looking at. And to be honest, this is working. I mean, you have a receiver. This is Deontay Johnson, actually, who is open. There's an opportunity to, hey, get a revenge game thing going, get a big completion, maybe get a touchdown right here. Instead, this throw is a touch off, and also Johnson not able to make the tough catch, and because of that, it's incomplete. And that's kind of what was happening, was the Steelers will give you these opportunities. That's kind of what their whole defense is predicated around, is that you're going to have to hit on those tough plays, because if you can't do that, pretty much nothing else is going to work. And the Ravens just couldn't hit on these. Like, this one was another one. Literally the very next play. Okay, well, that's, new guy, Deontay Johnson. We still haven't fully got the chemistry down. Let's go to Zay Flowers. He's been our best receiver this season. Sure, makes sense. He's got a one-on-one matchup down the field. Lamar takes the snap. He's going to look in that direction. And this time, Joey Porter Jr. is covering this great. Last time there was a bit of a window. This time there still kind of is. I mean, there's kind of the old expression, right, of no matter how good of coverage it is, nothing beats a great throw and great catch. You could have a great throw and great catch here to get a completion, but that's kind of just too much to ask for. Watches this throw. It's just a touch high. Again, looked a little bit off. Looked like maybe Flowers could have taken a different angle to it, so almost like a chemistry thing, or just not quite on the same page. I think the throw was just a bit off, but either way, not able to make it work. Heading over to a play like this, to be honest, I really thought that the Steelers just covered really well in this game. Like, I thought their defense really showed up. Like, this play, again, it's Zay Flowers, who, like, if you haven't been following the Ravens closely, Zay Flowers last year was like a very good rookie wide receiver. This year, he's been like a great receiver. He's been really good for the Ravens. But in this game, really, Pittsburgh was all over it. It's once again Joey Porter Jr. covering him. And when this play begins, I mean, you see right here, there really isn't a ton of separation. It's 2nd down and 7, and Lamar's going to say, you know what? Again, he's my guy. I got to give him the ball, even if there's not a ton of separation here and there. That we need the offense to be able to function. However, here, Porter Jr. is able to knock the ball away. Again, really nothing going there. Wasn't a bad throw or anything, maybe a touch behind. But, I mean, again, other than like an amazing throw and amazing catch, that's just not going to be a completion. And even that, I'm not sure if it would have been a completion. And also something like this I thought was really interesting. This is what we saw a lot of. So this is a 3rd down and 11. The Steelers are in zone coverage. And listen, I mean, the Steelers pass rush, they're going to get their pressures. They're going to get their plays. That's just what they do. But I honestly thought there was a lot of times when the Ravens did a decent job at protecting, and it still just wasn't enough. Watch how on this play, they double team TJ Watt. They're able to win their matchups elsewhere across the board, and Lamar is so deadly that you can't pass rush him the way you would someone else. You can't pass rush him the way you do Kirk Cousins, right? Because if you give up containment, you're screwed. But this play's been going on for a while. This play's been going on for 5 seconds at this point. I mean, that's twice as much as you usually get in the NFL, and still nothing's open. Lamar finally tries to throw for a check down. It gets tipped. Even if it was caught, that wasn't going for a first down. Maybe those yards would have helped because Tucker missed the field goal, as he did a couple times in this game. But still, that's kind of what the Steelers' offense was doing, and what the Ravens, just couldn't get guys open. That was a big part of it. Now, I'm obviously speaking in generalities. Of course, there were moments when the Ravens were able to get guys open, like the play you see on your screen. It's going to be a zone coverage concept. You have a receiver running a route, going to try and get into a gap in coverage right here. It's Rashad Bateman's route, and they're also going to run a play action to try and get players to move in. They were able to scheme up some of these plays here and there. When this play begins, you see Lamar Jackson runs the play action. They're able to get a guy open, Bateman. He is open. Honestly, the final drive when the Ravens nearly tied the game, I thought they were able to hit on a lot of this stuff. They're going to hit on this one. Look, well-thrown ball, well-timed ball. There was plenty of good in this game. To say that this was just an absolute disaster by the Ravens offense would be unfair. No, there was some good. Just the reality is, this is a team that had been dummying everybody, and their offense looked unstoppable every step of the way. Their receiving core looks amazing. Their offensive line has blocked way better since it did in the first couple of weeks. The running game has been awesome. Lamar Jackson playing some of the best football of his career. In this game, there was really none of that. Like, this one's another example. Like, this just wasn't happening earlier in the season. It may be here and there, I guess, but it was happening more in this game. It's second down and 11. And the way this play is designed to work is the Steelers are actually this is a really good disguise where they're in zone coverage. You wouldn't think it just by looking at what they're doing. I mean, they have a player in motion, but the Ravens have a player in motion, and the Steelers have a guy following him, but they're still dropping back into zone. I mean, they're so good at this stuff. The Steelers really are. But Lamar picks it up. Watch, he takes a snap and says, I played the Steelers enough. I can see that Mark Andrews is going to get open on this play. Throws it right away. There is a window. Things are looking great. And Lamar just airmails the throw. I mean, it's a bummer because that was a great pickup by Lamar, but it doesn't matter if you can't make the throw. So, like I said, just not quite doing what you expect them to do. Not what they were doing for most of the season, I think. And then, granted, there was just kind of some bad luck, I guess, from Lamar's perspective. That has to be, mentioned as well. This play, it's the play that I don't get how it ever gets covered. Quite frankly, it's one of those, the running back is running around, going outside the numbers. You didn't have the only other eligible receiver on that side of the field, the only wide receiver on that side of the field, running around to kind of get in the way of the linebacker who will cover Justice Hill, the running back. Lamar Jackson takes the snap. You see this play works. You get the linebacker just a little bit out of position. There's a window. I mean, the only real disadvantage of a play like this is, now you have a running back who you're throwing to. Obviously, he is paid to catch the ball. That is part of what his job is, but that's not the main part of what his job is. You'd rather be throwing to a receiver, but at the same time, it's open, right? So who cares? Well, watch as this ball is going to be, it looks like it was caught by Hill. It was actually intercepted. It was very similar to if you saw the Bryce Young interception against the Giants earlier this year. It was a very similar play. Ends up as an interception. So, yeah, a tough break there for Lamar Jackson, who really, that was a well-thrown ball on that one. But yeah, that's what I think about all this. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.